Yo, thanks for tapping in with the Already Canceled Social Club. This is the show Why You Bullshitting, hosted by me, Zagu Brown. I appreciate you. That's excellent vision. Good looking out, man. I'm a mid-range creator, man. Nothing too much to spit at you about, but I do actually have, like you have, your favorite creators that you actually watch and you invest your time into. Sometimes you invest your money, your currency, and you want to see them do good. And a lot of times I find myself wondering, like, okay, what only can I not only can I deduce from watching them, what do I want to know about them? So I thought maybe I could contact a few and actually interview a few of my favorite content creators and maybe pass out some flowers, why they alive and while I can, at least on what platform I do have. So with that being said, I watch a lot of the untouchable content, and Fatty is one of my favorite content creators. So I actually reached out and he was gracious enough to give me some time to actually have a sit down and talk with him for a few minutes. And I actually really appreciate that. So Fatty, are you here? I do see Fatty in the back while I'm bullshitting. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Fatty to the stage. And I really wanted to have a conversation with him and give him his flowers while he was here. So let's say what's up to Fatty.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you for actually giving me your time and setting this up with me, bro. I actually want to thank you for that, man. I'm very humble.
Thank you very much for the invite. I saw you in the back. You look like you made it. Me that I made you wake up early. That's crazy.
No. I get up early. I just be out and about, so I check my email. But I did want to ask you, man, how much do you sleep? Because you seem with the TikTocity. I seen a 10-hour stream, and then earlier that day you did like a 5-hour stream or a 6-hour stream. I'm like, bro, when do we sleep?
I'm sleeping better now because
Yeah.
I have a good team, and the rebuilding process is a little bit all over the place because we're trying to kind of recreate whatever we've been doing on the first 2 years. But my goal is to be sleeping a full 7 hours every day for the most part, even though I might be here a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to sleep less than 7 hours since my real job is automated and he can work by himself. So I'm not going to come here and say I sleep 3 hours and brag about misery. Nope, I can't. I did that for probably the last 2-3 years, sleeping 5 hours, 4 hours, sometimes 3.5. I'm not going to be doing that moving forward because I don't like to be the type of people like the motivational coaches that says I sleep 3 hours. What is your excuse? Now go sleep your 7 hours, sir. Especially if you can.
Motivation is the word, because I definitely was gonna say it's motivational though, just by watching your work ethic and seeing you always online streaming. It makes me get off my lazy ass and edit and do shit that I need to do. So good looking out. I appreciate you for that, brother.
And you are on the way to. I think actually you are on the right path of the like live reactors. The reaction crowd loves to be on the live stream crowd, and the live stream crowd want to be live reactors. I think you actually are on the right side of the street, to be honest. That's just,
Okay, that's what's
my
up.
opinion.
Yeah, I see you doing more videos too, and not only reacting to your videos, but that's some of the best content. When you react to actually you online, that shit is so funny to me. It's hilarious.
It's kind of funny, but
Yeah.
like it. So if we are talking about YouTube, I think you have to be a double-edged sword. You need to be producing content that people are going to react to,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to be able to review other people's content, right? So at
Right.
the end of the day, if you have those to unlock, I think you're going to be okay.
I wanted to before it was kind of flowing, which I like that. I just wanted to ask you, because a lot of people that I actually tell about your content. Well, my son, he actually watches you too. And so I wanted to ask you, what is the meaning of the untouchables and the desired impact that you want to reach with the world and legacy, or however you want to.
So I'm going to say that there's no deeper meaning. So the
Mhm.
untouchables are kind of like I don't know if you were years ago, like on this side of the internet, but the Untouchables are, like when it's like West Germany and East Germany, and then they get together and it becomes just Germany. Like we were part of something called the Black House,
Okay.
and we had a lot of pride in what we built. The Black House fell out for various reasons, and we had to do a transition. We had to turn ourselves into other thing and start brand new. So I always used to call the small ads Untouchables because they're kind of
Okay.
what they are. And
Right.
I was like, why these motherfuckers can have a cool name and we can't? We are going to be the Untouchables. And it started by that. Is there's no grandioso there's no grandioso objective around it. This is how we just came to this place, kind of a community based type of approach instead of 1+1+1+1.
Yeah,
And
it's
like,
dope though. I like it. It's dope. It's dope.
how do they say in the music? Like, what I think it's Snoop Dogg. It ain't fun. It ain't fun if
If the
it
homies
ain't.
can't have none.
Yeah, if no homies can get none, that's kind of that.
And that's
It's
funny that you said that. I was thinking with my American brain, and I was thinking Untouchables, the movie. And so it's similar
the,
to like a group of, separate,
that's what
little
OG
movies, but
said. Top Cat said. There's a movie called Untouchables. It was like a gangster movie or something like that, right?
yeah, they was
Yeah,
hard.
that's what OG said. To be honest, I never saw that. I never saw it, but I need to put it on my list then.
I was just gonna say, Fatty, now come on now. You the Untouchables, you gotta watch it.
I know a bunch of musics that have Untouchables lines on it. The movie, there's there's an old movie, right?
Yeah, it's pretty old, fairly old. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. Did you enjoy it? At least the
I
good
did
movies
enjoy
like.
it, and because they had good actors in it. So, movies with good actors kind of hold your interest a little better. So yeah, it has some actually classic good actors in it. So,
I'm going to. I'm going to. I can promise it, but I'm going to put it on my watch list.
Can I ask you I guess it's a personal question.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing too deep, just something I pretty much heard you say already, but I just wanted to get it out there officially. So do you see yourself in a marriage or a long-term relationship?
I see myself in it. I
Mhm.
just don't want it. You see what I'm saying? I see
Yeah.
myself in, like, life is a revolving door. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I like every 5 years you kind of rebrand yourself. You kind of like, see what I'm saying, reinvent yourself and all that. I know that just because this is my goal right now, that my life goals are not going to evolve, right?
Right.
And natural progression of human beings, and I look at everybody around me is usually like that. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have a family. And then you look 5 years later and there's 2 kids and a dog
Right.
involved, right? So it's not that I don't see myself in a position. I think I'm going to actually thrive in that position because I'm working on myself. Like I'm not just uh, escaping the dating market and escaping, like I'm growing with everybody else. I just don't see it on the next 5 years. And I have a very, and if I do it, I am going to be one of those that, when you get on the playground to play the D1 athletes, you're going to get your ass kicked,
Mm-hmm.
but you're just playing anyway because, hey man, you just like to play
Or
ball. That's
competition.
probably going to be my attitude. Hey man, I'm just here to have fun. Let's make sure that this kid is taken care of, and if there's any problem over there, bro, just go ahead and dunk on people. I'll get out of the way. I'm not even going to contest.
And it's funny because percentage-wise, that's what most relationships end up as. So at least you going in with the mindset of what you need to, think about and how your head and all your eggs arranged or ducks lined up. So that's a good way to think about it.
Can I ask you something? Do you think if I had the positive outcome instead of the negative outcome, my like the probability of getting the shit right would be higher? Or you think the having positive on every outcome is irrelevant? You're going to get what you're going to get.
I think the hurdles are there already. Whether you have a positive or negative outcome, you're gonna have to jump them same hurdles, and you're gonna get the same
Mm.
medicine that everybody got to eat with it. So either you're gonna deal with it and be able to accept it and move on and live with it, or you like me, I choose not to deal with it, and based on experience. So yeah, but you're gonna get it whether you think about it in a good way or a bad way. I'm not one of those. Oh, you have a positive mindset. You could do it. It'll happen. No, you got to actually put the work in and the other things to make it happen if you want it.
So you're not trying to go back to the plantation? That's crazy, Zagu.
Yeah, nah. I had one marriage, and
You
I
said that
escaped.
I did my time for the
Did my
community.
bro, did my time. Yeah. So if brothers want stories about it, I tell the youngsters about it and some things that they could do. But I'm not against it, but I don't recommend it. So especially today.
You
But
said I did my bid. I don't want nothing. I don't want no problems.
yeah, I escaped.
That's crazy.
So do you even consider yourself a part of the manosphere or what they call red pill without the stereotypes, but for the real
Yeah,
meaning of it, what it's intended to be?
I think people that do our content but kind of tries to stay away from the labels because they don't want a negative connotation
Right.
are they're not cowards, but they are kind of light version of that. Like you do everything, you quack like a duck, you walk like a duck. I'm not a duck. I'm a goose. Come
I was
on,
just going to
sir.
say that we geese.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Is you want all the benefits of being around the space, but you don't want the collateral damage that comes with the label. So I definitely consider myself. Are you familiar with like One Piece anime? Do you consider like
Yeah.
it? You
Yeah.
don't watch it. So I think we are the worst generation. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think like Angry Man and Kevin Samuels and Tommy are the Yonkos. They are the emperors. You see what I'm saying? They are the
Right.
admirals. They are the powers that be. They've been here for so long. We are the new generation. We come here with a new style and new twist. We're still not all the way there, but hey, but we can make you bleed here and there. We can do some power plays here and there. So this is what I look at myself and the other content creators that are kind of emerging. I think we are the worst generation, kind of coming up, putting our twist in it, and in my opinion, kind of digesting the red pill and the manosphere and the information that we get in a way that is actually giving practical and good information
Yeah.
to the people that watch it, because a lot of content creators are feeding off ego and they are not in the dating market, so they kind of are missing whatever is happening on the field. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
In the trenches.
they know the field, but they don't know the new landmines that people been putting on the field since 2017, 2018. So is to us to keep us a little bit honest and to kind of say, hey, bro, like you haven't been to that side. Like I'm telling you, I know when you're young, you'll be outside all day and all that, but there's not a park out there now. There's a boxing ring, so you need to chill and to avoid that area. So yes, I'll definitely consider myself red pill or manosphere. I won't lead with that. But if people pointed out that I will definitely take the label, because the thing that I hate is like feminists that are clearly feminists but say I'm not a feminist, because you don't want to be pinned in one position. So yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I wanted to directly ask because I assume that you were, because in my sense, the red pill is a man giving truth, speaking truth, and trying to,
Yes.
put vision and shine light on that. And then in manosphere, what you do helps men greatly. So I definitely consider you a part of that. So that's why I wanted to ask in general. But was there a specific incident that actually made it click? Like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to say this to men and even to women. I want to say this to people to like get this more upfront in the thought of consciousness and even
So
spoke about.
so I had some problematic parts in my life with women, but there was I could never put my finger on it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Ever. Like you feel things like when your gut is like, damn, this is not right. Like what's going on here? But I never could put my finger on it. And I remember, like I read the book by an Argentinian woman called Esther Villar, like the manipulated man, right? And
Mhm.
remember, I'm a lefty. I'm a very a feminist type of I want women to have opportunity and all that. Da, 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 da. Then I got the rational male. And then with the pandemic start, the world slowed down so much for me that now I started to put two and two together. I was like, damn, this is interesting. Damn, this is interesting. So what made me kind of have interest about these conversations was I talk about basketball for 10 years straight, like very like a lot of success, but it was not a challenge. So I would say that I went after the trend because the people I were around started talking about, like, it was kind of we stumbled into it, right?
Right.
But for the most part, um I just wanted to give my opinion, and
Yeah.
it's a
Okay.
very selfish way, to be honest, because I don't give advice to people like that. I'm not a dating coach. One day I will, when I feel like I have enough information to kind of give to people, I'll accept that label. But I just wanted to be a part of the conversation because I thought most people are telling what sounds good instead of actually needs to be done.
The
And it creates.
conversation that you have actually, I think it gives a lot of directions in the dating conversation as far as advice or that they can receive as advice and
Mhm.
learn from the lessons and the different untouchables that actually speak on the panels and give a lot of dope advice. Like Ali gives very sound advice. You give very
Yes.
sound advice, even if you're not a dating coach. There's things that you can take if you really listen and want to do it the right way that they can learn. So I also
Al-
appreciate that about you.
Ali is clearly a coach. I just don't feel comfortable with the label. I'll call myself an entertainer. I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to make you escape your day for a few hours while you're driving around or working. And if you can learn something, if you can celebrate the birthday with you, if
Yeah,
we can put some money on
you're
your pocket, if like how we do it. But is not the mission, is kind of what happens, like the
I call
trickle
you an
down of
edutainer. Like you're an edutainer.
I would kind of probably
You
fall more
educate while
for
you
that.
entertain, but yeah, because you're very
Yes,
entertaining. Definitely that.
appreciate
Okay,
it.
the hard question. What's it actually a softball though? All right, so if Red Pill went mainstream, do you think it would help society?
No, it would
No.
collect society. Yeah, men need to be asleep for society to work.
Oh damn.
Yes, that what we do like the world woke up woman and they had to put men to sleep. Because even if you look at things that I don't believe personally, the Bible and all these stories, the stories are the same.
Mhm.
2000 various religions, same stories. People warn you about woman, right? Or about woman in relationships, let's say, not woman in general, because women have a positive balance to society because they are contributors, right? But
Mhm.
when it comes to relationships, people been warning about woman since the beginning of time. And with the feminist movement and all the liberations, they woke woman to the world, but they had to
Mhm.
put men to sleep to make sure that we don't go wild. So would it benefit men on an individual level? Absolutely. But the world can't have men like me in
It's
mess.
funny.
We,
People
we
hate me when I say that.
right?
Yeah, they hate me when I say that, and the reason why I say that also is because it's like they're not going to give the power back. Like feminism has delivered a certain amount of power that's never going to be given back. Now, a lot of the things, well, yeah, a lot of the things I agree, like the different rights and things that they needed, but the overshifting of the balance, they're not going to try to balance it out and equal it out in like family court or a lot of other things. So the genie's out the bottle; it's not going back in. And when I tell people that, they be like, "Oh man, you're a defeatist." I'm like, "No, bro, it's actual track record."
It's
But
done.
yeah, it's
Yes.
done. Yeah,
It's
it's
like
done.
trying to stop AI. Good luck with that. See what I'm saying? Like is you can stop it. And if you actually look at what we have here, we would understand that like the genie is not coming out of the bottle, and society can't, like, imagine that you had a bunch of men in the prime of their lives saying, you know what, I'm going to have kids at 45, right?
Mhm.
Is unsustainable. Like society needs men to do a certain type of role for society to thrive. If you have women acting selfishly because there's their nature, and now men are starting to act selfishly because, hey man, I'm about me. I'm not going to go around and try to make, like, I'm not going to bleed for people that wouldn't bleed for me. You are going to crash society. So even though if we say that our job is kind of wake up men to what women do and then do an educated decision, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Most men still are going to go back to the plantation. But if there was a bunch of fatties, it's like everybody's a trucker. Now there's no electricians. Now there's no wastewater managers. Now there's no, society will collapse because I have the benefit of doing what I do because there's a bunch of other men that are taking the hardest path possible. Like
Right.
you said you did your time, you got a kid out of it and all that. Like I learned from other people lessons, so I'm saying thank you very much for your service. I don't know if I want to enlist. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, yeah, I totally understand. All right. Last question. Should women that Planned Parenthood their kids get the same amount of smoke we give deadbeat dads?
Mm, Actually, let me answer first because I'm starting to read in the Bible a little bit, right?
Hmm.
What do you think? I guarantee you, I'm not going to use your. Well, what do you think? I'll promise you, I'm going to give you the
Opposite or
really
something different.
yes. Like,
Okay,
what do you think should happen?
so well, not necessarily should happen, but well, yeah, I guess it is a should happen question. Yeah, I think that the amount of smoke that we give deadbeat dads,
Hmm?
we need to give the same amount of smoke to women that delete their kids. Not you know what I mean. So,
That's
and
fair.
the reason why I said is because the reasons that they'll give for going to Planned Parenthood is the same reasons that men give for not wanting to have the kid as well. So they're
Mhm.
similar, like they're pulling from the same pool. I don't have the finances. I'm not old enough. I'm not ready. I'm not emotionally stable. I need my family help. My family can't. All the same reasons is the same thing that men say. I want to make more money. In a couple of years, I'll be ready. Or the same shit that the same reasons why women say they go to Planned Parenthood, but we don't give them the smoke that we give men. And today we call them deadbeats when they don't have much of a choice in to say anyway if the baby's actually going to be brought to term or not. So that's one of the things I was just saying about that. But yeah, give them the smoke.
But this is why I don't think men like me shouldn't exist, because my solution will be something that will destroy society. We are going to give rights to men to opt out and to not be dead if they want to. Is that fair deal? Absolutely. Will that destroy society? Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
since we can control their bodies, hey, you are responsible for the kid that you put out, and now you have somebody try to steal my house because, or somebody stealing your house because I decided that could opt out because my wallet, my choice. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So I would say this, right? I love people that are consistent. To me, is consistency. We can all be wrong. Let's be wrong on point A and on point B when is our team, when you're our team, right? Or it
Mhm.
can be all right if it's your team. What I don't like is the flip flopping. So I think that yes, they should deserve smoke, because once again, I believe that just because your body, your choice, and I'm a lefty and I can kind of let you alone, I don't think you should use that as contraception. Like, men develop so many contraceptives that if you are just getting pregnant left and right, like, this is not like one thing is you went there once, it was a mistake. You, like, if you do this more than once, right? I definitely think you deserve smoke, because uh baby deletions are not contraceptive. You have a bunch of them, so go ahead and use them. You don't have to do that. But on the other end, I need to know what is the motive. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I would say, if you are a secular person, I don't have no problem with that, because you don't have a manual of instructions to tell you exactly what to do. But if you are a religious person, I don't think you should be against abortions,
Right.
because for what I read on the Bible, God says to one of the priests, "Hey, you can go ahead, make a mixture or a potion and give to this woman, and if the kid comes from adultery, she's going to lose the kid."
Yeah, I
There's
don't. I'm not the
Yeah, I know
most.
you're not the Bible stuff, but you see what I'm saying? But there's literally
Yeah.
on the Bible, like, God actually tells the priest to give her some potion, and either she loses the baby because she committed adultery, or she doesn't lose the baby because the baby is from the guy. So the I don't understand why people
How
that
do you say
are.
they got Planned Parenthood in the Bible?
Yes, and there was God was the CEO. He was the national director. He said to the priest, "Hey, bro, go ahead and give her the potion. If he's not his kid, delete." At least he creates a precedent. You see what I'm saying? Like, we
Mhm.
talk about Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade kind of paved the way to how we look at reproductive rights. The Bible has a Roe v. Wade, and God was definitely in favor of that. So if your God is telling you is there's reasons for you to do it, I don't understand how you personally would go against what he says, since that's the big man over there. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well, I would have to see that in the Bible to even speak on that, but I do understand, and I agree with partially what you were saying with the parental rights. Um,
mhm.
but I think if men had a say, like, okay, so say if I, as a father or as a soon to be father wanted to have the baby, right? And the woman didn't. I think men should have the opportunity. With him, it's hard because again, it's not their body, but okay. But I think men should have the opportunity to say, "Don't worry about it. You don't have to raise it. You don't have to. After you have it, I'll have it. It'll come with me. I'll raise it. It's mine. I got it financially. You don't have to. It's up to you. If you don't want it, I got it." And that's one option that I think men should have. But then again, like you said, you can't tell anybody else to incubate your
It
seed. So
is
you can't force it.
counterproductive because we are setting a bad example. Because what women are going to do? Women are great at doing this. If he can raise his kid by himself and nobody says nothing, why does Amanda and Keisha cannot do the same? There's
Right, right.
misogyny, right? So with women is they will look at what men do, and it might be a nail, and they will take the end, the elbow, and when you look at it, the arm is all gone. So, like, do you know how they became extremely promiscuous because men were being extremely promiscuous? So they said, if y'all can do it, we can do it. If the goal is to actually aim to fix society, they will abuse that to they will have kids pop out and says, "You got it, Zago, take care of it. You want it to be a dad, right? Go ahead, you got it. You want it to be a dad, right, Fatty? There you got
Dime on them niggas. For sure. I don't like that shit. For sure, bro.
it." Those people started to disappear.
Hey. But yeah, no, you're right, bro. You're right on that one. I had to think about it for a second. Like, damn.
You would do it, it would be good for us. Because men are starting to actually think like women. Yeah, I have the right to be selfish. Man, why do you have to stand up again on this bus? Why do so there's a fire or there's a ship going down and I have to stay for who? Who said that, right? But when it comes to makes sense when it comes to individualistic people, and I'm one of them. When it comes to society, unfortunately, we have to actually, in my opinion, unfortunately, you have to always do what's right because women in mass don't give up about what's right, bro. They will do what's right for them 9 times out of 10. And
Yeah,
if you catch one that
I agree.
doesn't, and if you catch one that doesn't, that go talk with them saying that they are moving wrong, you are going to be punished by it because as soon as women stray away from the common goal, and right now the common goal seems to say do as much as possible and um, pay as minimum as we can. Like we saw with Shahrazad Ali, what happened when women get out of the way to tell women that they should do A, B, and C. It's been 30 years and she been keep getting slapped no matter how old she is. So
Yeah,
there's nothing
disrespect
you
is
can do.
unreal. They'll send the elder sister disrespect while she's actually giving them gems and jewels on how to rebuild themselves. But yeah, man. So the destruction level, that's I guess again, it's a part of the whole. They will not relinquish control. Those like with the power, you don't have to fight for it. You know what I mean? And yeah, they're not giving it back. So
And
yeah,
we relinquish control easily. That's why we call the plantation. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams.
Greg Adams,
We
yeah.
are one blow job away from the plantation. Because as
Mhm.
soon as like I was seeing like him talking about like how men are naive, and there's a man saying, "Oh, if she pays your date, she's the one that you should marry." Right?
Mhm.
When a woman wants something from you, she will pay that little McDonald's. It's an investment. You are
Yeah,
getting you are going to put everything on the line because she bought you a Big Mac and a glass of water. She spent like $23. She is different. When woman wants something from you, they will do everything and anything. And I actually noticed that because when I was broke, woman wouldn't offer to pay. And as soon as they kind of felt that they have a little bit more money, now they are offering to pay just so they don't look like gold diggers. I know it's a little bit of an investment. So
yeah. They're the
it,
masters of the long game.
yes, and men, unfortunately, we keep making excuses to accept, to cuddle, to take, to engage with women that unfortunately are not doing that.
We say we're not as
But that's our
emotional.
nature.
We say we're not as emotional, but the quote goes, as I'm sure you heard it. I forget who actually said it first, but men are in love, women are in business.
In business, I think it's Coach Square Guidance too.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing is, like
Shout out to
we
Coach.
are we are the true romantics.
Yeah,
That's the reality.
yeah.
Because we romanticize relationships. Women romanticize relationships on early ages, like the puppy love and all that. When women get older, is like a Wall Street white collar, suit wearing, walking on that. It's just his business. What can I get from this? What is going to be the expectations? If I break this agreement, I'm going to get sued. We don't date like that, but we actually shouldn't. And I don't know. Zago, do you know who Taylor is? Taylor Baba, Nigerian. You don't know who it is, right?
No, no.
So of our Fight Club crowd, there was a guy called Taylor, right? And Taylor is a highly successful 30-year-old, something like he has a little community and all that, right? And he used to come on Fight Club and tell us this. I want my woman to have as much money as me. If I have 300,000 a year, she better be making 300,000. And we would laugh. You are a coward. You are not a real man. And like the years passed, we're like, oh, so this is just risk mitigation. He wants somebody that has some stake if something goes left. So now that you are going to lose something, or you're going to walk with the same thing that you got in the relationship if we get together, now you have 3 or 4 more incentives to actually stay in the relationship because you don't want to lose what you built. And you see, you went from romanticism to be pragmatic. I need to be pragmatic about it. Now nobody laughs about that. Why? Because it's kind of right. When a woman has a stake in whatever you has going on and with the bill, she's not going to be willing to just run away just because she feels like it. So we need to put we need to put the eye on who talks about that. And if you actually notice in the grand sphere, and this is why I call it as the worst generation, nobody thinks about it. Nobody's telling man, hey sir, if you make $200,000, if you make 75, you have to get a woman that at least makes 75 just like you. You know what? Because if push comes to shove, now y'all are equals, and you are not in danger of sleeping in the car. But what you were doing, Zagu?
Mm-hmm.
Good woman and the bad man, and even if she's broke, but she's has a nice heart and we should take care of her. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
no,
bro,
that is out the window. Because even if they are all of that, they're still not listening. Like, so it don't really, you're still not gonna get what you want.
or they might be listening to you when you have the upper end and you have everything, but as soon as she changed, she has a kid, postpartum depression, whatever. Yeah. Now you woke up and he's not Dr. Hyde, he's the Hulk.
Yeah, I tell men that all the time. If they're not investing in a relationship, it's not as much as you are in some way or fashion, and even financially though, it has to be somewhat financially. Then she don't give a fuck. Like if she's not willing to spend money.
What do you think that is with men that we keep? Like we have some definitive, pragmatic things going, and we always go to the man has to do it, and the man. Like, what do you think that is? Right?
I think it's like
ego.
A ego. Yeah, it's an ego macho thing that men have to be like, I got it, I could do it, I got it. But pragmatically, it's not efficient. It's really not efficient. I used to go at it with my buddy. He was talking about him and his wife put their money in one pot, and I used to be like, bro, that's wild. But it actually, now that I've thought about more of the stuff that he was telling me, it makes more sense as far as he has access to it, and they can build that shit together. And she knows what she got there too. And when they, so. Yeah.
To me, the one pot, because we have to, I think he's a sophisticated jerk and manic. They talk about one pot, but the thing is, they are hyper successful and they like the woman actually earn a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. To me, the one pot conversation just gets blurry when the man makes 80% of the income and the woman makes 20. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's, to me, I would believe in a one pot situation if it's 70-30, for example. You see what I'm saying? I get 70, you get 30, 70s for all the bills, and all the 30s for the luxuries. If you leave me, there's no bills for you, and there's no luxury for me. There's no trips, there's no, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will feel not some type of way. I would, like, something is fishy if it's more unbalanced than that. 80-20, for example. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
But I get the idea. One pot is one bag. She has access to your money anyway. That's good.
You're not thinking it's the same.
Yeah. If you go shopping, you're going to say, no, like your credit card. Go ahead, have fun. Right?
Yeah.
But it's the structure for me that for hardworking woman, I understand one pot. If you are messing with these regular broads, you are going to be in trouble. Because
Yeah.
because if
Yeah.
because if they have 20, they will try to get more.
Yeah. Yeah. I just believe in them having to do something. So either it's one pot, 70-30, but yeah, at least 30. You know what I'm saying? I think at least 30,
30,
like
bare minimum.
yeah, at least 30. You got to put that nifty 30 in there to make that shit work.
And do you know why I'm not one blowjob away from the plantation because I don't have way to get to the plantation directly. My ego, I know for a fact that let's go for 40 years old, 41 years old. If I get a woman, I don't want her to pay nothing. And we having this conversation right now. And I know, hey man, 30% will be the ideal. Because now she's invested.
Right. That's
And
it.
as
That's
soon
it.
as you get the woman in front of you and your finances are good and she earns 7 times less than you, don't worry, baby. I
Relax.
got you.
Relax.
Super simp is back.
Soft girl era. Yeah, nah. Yeah, I understand, man. But I don't know. But see, that's why I be trying to tell women, men have that like benevolence. It's like we want to do it. So I don't know if it's just ego, but yeah, we want to do it. If we got it like that, we want to do it. But then when you do it, it changes the way they act. So
Yes.
it's like,
And it becomes entitlement because even
Yeah.
in family and friends, right? Zago, if you tomorrow become a giant YouTuber and you're making $1 million, the first thing you're going to do is try to make people smile. Hey, let me put $200 in your pocket real quick. Go ahead, go buy something. Like that's in our nature. That was the first time I got the YouTube check. Hey, mom. Hey, let me talk about brother real quick. Hey, it's 300. Hey, go ahead and get some because you feel proud of actually take care of people. But the thing is, for people that only see it on the other side, it becomes entitlement. So now they actually think that there's no reciprocity to be met because you got it like that, right? We don't have to send it back. That's your job.
Yeah.
You are the one well off. You are the one emotionally stable. You have a
Yeah.
nice studio right there. You don't have no problems. I'm streaming with my phone. It's you created the habit on people that is difficult to break off because the time that you need that from people are going to resent you a little bit. People are going
Yeah.
to look at you a little bit funny, like, wait, what? Why are you asking me for money? Because I lent you money before, motherfucker. It's your time.
Yeah, the
Right?
arrogance turns into disrespect, and then expectations turn into arrogance, and then the arrogance turns into disrespect, and then the relationships like fucked up, even friendships. So yeah,
Even friendships, like I said, usually you start how you finish. If you never ask for shit to people, and all of a sudden on year 4 you start asking for that, people are going to grow resentful of that because they're like, why are you asking me for things now? Because it's your turn. It's your turn.
I got a
I need
lifesaver too.
You see, I don't have one, but I'll
I
buy
see it. You
one.
got a green lifesaver. I see it.
Oh, it's the same thing. It's the Go V. It's the
Yeah,
Go V Light. Look at you, Zagu. I was confused. I was like, "That what it's talking about."
yeah,
But
it's
you see what I'm saying? Is
yeah.
the it is and something that I didn't understand in my 20s, right? And I kept talking about that, and is the respect versus fear type of thing. Like you want people to fuck with you and respect you just on the basis of, hey, that Zago is cool. That shit doesn't work, and I don't know why. And I still like it still hurt me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like
hate
it's
that
not
shit.
hurt me, but I'm like, damn, why do I have to? Why do you have to be mean to y'all for y'all to just like, come on, man? Like, why we have to be Michael Jordan and punch Steve Kerr in the face so he can get me the motherfucking
Get
3-pointer?
him to the level.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do I have to? And when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships and all that,
Happy early birthday too, bro.
Who?
Don't you have a birthday coming up?
It's on July 19.
Oh, damn! I thought it was this month. So your birthday is 5 days after mine. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You are a lion and I'm a Cancer, motherfucker.
No, I'm a Cancer.
You are a Cancer too?
July 14th. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the lion starts at 22. I thought I was a lion for like a Leo for like 20 years. I said I'm going to make a Leo tattoo, a lion on my back.
Oh no!
And then they told me, "Oh, sir, that you are a Cancer." I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm not putting. I'm not putting a crab on my back."
Is it okay if I play a video?
Absolutely.
I wanted
and by
to,
the way, friends, there's 50 people watching on my side. I started the live stream. I'm going to close it in 10 minutes, okay? So please go ahead and subscribe to Zagu. This channel is already pinned at the top on the description and on the title, and it's going to send a redirect to this side where we're going to continue the interview. So please come to this side and support him. He's been a good brother to us, always supporting the chat and all that. So come and see the content creator side, because we are going to have like some interesting talk.
I didn't even know they was watching, but appreciate y'all. Untouchable Empire.
Thank you very much, friends. 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes. Go ahead, Zagu. You got this.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Because I wanted to ask you something about this after. Let me see. What I gotta do.
Last week on Ladies First.
Why are you
I'm going to ask you a question, Lexi, real quick.
Okay.
Do you think he's? I want to take it out of Weston because this is a mess. Do you think I'm going to put it on Chazzy? Do you think that literally saying I'm going to hire a nanny instead of actually, if you have the ability to take care of your kids, do you think that's selfish or do you think that's selfless? Please go ahead and explain to me how is that make sense. How does that make sense? A woman putting a kid on this planet, and instead of taking care of their motherfucking bread, that is the biggest motherfucking gift that she could put on this planet, she decided to go and be an entrepreneur. Okay, tell me.
Okay.
And Jesse, don't worry. I'll let you
I'll let you said before you interrupted me, right? Because you've been saying a lot about interrupting, and you interrupt a lot too, Mr. Fat.
I know.
A lot too. So let's really get down to it, okay?
Agree with you.
What I'm gonna say is that, like I said, if I have a nanny, I have the ability. If I'm up all night, every night, 3 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning with a crying baby, you think I'm gonna be the best wife to you? Do you think I'm gonna be the best mother to my other
Absolutely
children?
no. Yes, you are.
So,
yes, you are.
There's nothing wrong with having help. There's nothing wrong with having help.
So you
If
are going to stay with it?
There's nothing wrong with having help. You're trying to cut me off. You asked me a question.
No, because Shazzy, that's ridiculous. If I am a CEO, so listen.
To you.
Stop. So stop. And Lexi, intervene because I want you to get an opinion on this and then tell me. If I am a CEO of a S&P 500 company and I make $27 million per year, right? But I have to work 16 hours. I can be the best dad. That's impossible because the best dads mix both.
Kids?
One second, let me finish.
I'm just asking, do you have kids? Yes or no?
One second, let me finish.
Okay, Fatty. A quick question. Anytime you want me to stop it, just let me know.
It's fine.
How do you handle the back and forth, especially when they're being I'm not gonna say delusional because they really think what they're thinking is is valid. And they're just speaking what they're speaking. But how do you handle it when they're really not talking and having a conversation in good faith?
So these, like, we used to do the ladies first like twice a week, but the show is very draining. So we kind of start to do it only on Sunday, right? So what happened was, and I actually cringe when I look at all these old videos, not just because of the camera and the chubby face and all that, but because of how I used to interact and actually talk with people. I used to talk to people, right?
Right.
She's talking to me, I'm talking to her. And I used to stick on that because I was like, I was naive. Oh, she just doesn't have the correct information. Let me go ahead and try to tell her. Now I talk to the crowd. That's why I don't get frustrated now as much as I would, because I accept that they are going to do whatever they're going to do. No woman on the history of mankind is going to come on YouTube, get information, and change her life. She has to actually put the end of the stove. So the way I deal with information is, even if I talk with a woman and she's not listening, I'm now not talking with her. I'm talking with the crowd. I'm kind of doing the this is like, remember when Kevin Samuels used to talk with women, and you kind of eventually was not talking with women, he was talking with the general public about how is this mentality, especially this one is amazing. I will have kids just so I can go to work, so I can spend money hiring other people that are going to take care of my kids. Why do these 7 steps when you can just take care of your kids and save a bunch of money instead of hiring a nanny? And makes no sense. But like I said,
it makes sense the way you said it. The reason why I asked you is because I noticed I grabbed the older clip intentionally because I noticed that as the time got better, you developed even a calmer way. Like I've even seen you like having to navigate as far as apologizing for shit that you didn't even do just to get the conversation
Just
back
to
on
push the
track.
conversation,
Yeah. So I definitely seen the growth and all of that stuff. That's why I was asking about it. Like, how did that take place? But so that's a very good nugget to like give the people, especially content creators watching, you know, as far as having the conversation and directly not being able to remove your emotions from the conversation. So yeah, that's
Men
dope.
are the one that get me mad now, not women. I'm going to be very honest. Like before it was woman, I took my emotions out of women because they are what they are. I don't think they are malicious. They just don't know better. It's like talking to a teenager, right? It doesn't know better till he knows better. Men are the one that agitate me because you should definitely know
kind of
better.
feel that way, but man, why is it always the women throw shots first? They do the cheap shots, the underhanded, like throw a grenade in the room and try to. And then when you
Because they're
respond, they're
used
like,
to get away
"What?"
with it. They're used to get away with it. They're used to get away with it, and you, because you are the bigger man, says you don't even put your
That's
hands
the
on a
only thing I
woman with
can
the
do.
flower, right?
That's the only
Hey,
thing I can do. I'm not the bigger man in that sense. Verbally, like if they verbally throw
I'm
a
not the
shot, I'm
bigger
throwing
man.
one back.
Hey,
I'm throwing rocks. I'm throwing a rock back. Fuck it. But yeah, I appreciate this conversation a lot. Let me play this again. I had let me see.
I don't have to go to the moon to tell you what the moon is. That's irrelevant.
I'm just
okay?
asking if you have
I
children.
don't
Like,
have
yes
to
or
be
no?
an
Yes or
astronaut.
no?
I don't have kids, but I don't have to be an astronaut to go to the
Okay.
moon and say, I know what the moon is. I
Okay.
don't need to go there. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. The best fathers, right, do both. They are one second, my opinion.
Yeah.
They do both. They are providers, which means they cover the financial ground first, and they still have time to spend quality time with their son, taking them to basketball practice and all that shit. If you are going to stop, 1 second, I'm going to pass you the microphone. If you're going to be a boss, babe, you are
You
not
know
going
why
to have
dads
time.
love being dads? Real talk. You know why dads love being dads? Because they do the fun stuff. You get to do the fun stuff. You don't get to deal with the kids while they're having their temper tantrums and when they fall and they cry and they only want their mommy. Do you know that like a child will literally see their dad right there and still go to mommy every time? Every time. And why is dad always fun? Because we play with dad and we do this with dad and dad is cool. And why is mom bad? Because she's the one that's actually doing the hard, nitty gritty, everyday work.
She accused men of being the fun person because they are only there for the little spurts, while she's literally fighting to be the fun person. She's literally fighting to be the fun person. I want to have a maid and a chef and a driver. So every time I see my kids is to be fun. The same thing that she was pointing out that men were doing bad is what she's trying to do. And I don't know if you agree with me, Zagu. I think women really envy men, bro. I keep talking about penis envy. I really think they envy men. They're like, I want to be them.
They
like,
want to be men so bad. And I think if they had the power to be more strong than men, we'd be running for our lives, bro.
But isn't it crazy? Because they kind of see like the Nora girl that committed self-deletion. She lived a year as a man and then she became invisible. She got depressed and then she deleted the stuff. Like, why do you have life in easy mode, right? Why would you want to play Hall of Famer just because?
Makes no sense.
Like, why? Like, what is the difference? We are competitors, but like, I want to play Hall of Famer. I don't even want to play Hall of Famer. I want to play All-Star.
Right.
Why would you go?
We tried it one time and was like, no. We're gonna go back.
No, man, I don't play Hall of Famer. Right? So why would you go out of your way to try to be a man, which as clearly like our society looks at as kind of a dispensable gender? Like, why would you want that?
Yeah, it makes no sense. And then it's funny too, because I guess they think we just well, you know what? That goes back to what you just said, the penis envy. Because I was gonna say they should see the plights that we face in society, but they don't really focus on that. They focus on the strength we have, and then they focus on the more or less sexual proclivity. So that's wild. Yeah.
I think they want to be the high status man, right? Because that's the only man they want, and then the only man they see. They don't see the 5'8" regular job, having to wake up every day at 6 a.m. in the morning, getting like, if your money is over by the third, There's no dates, there's no dinners, there's no invitations, there's no going outside, there's no nothing. If you have a problem, you cry on your pillow.
You know what proves it, Fatty? If you ask them or you tell them a scenario where they could be a man for a day, they always are that man, that high status man. They're tall, they're handsome, they got like
they are the Prince Charming. They're never the peasant. They're never the butcher. They're never
right.
like the day to May man. And it's kind of interesting because in my way of having control of relationships, I give you the power on the beginning. I say, hey, oh, you want 50-50? No, I don't do 50-50. You got it. You are the boss. And when you can do shit, you come back to me like Thanos. And look at what you try to run away from it, and look at you coming right back to me. There's the reality. I think you should do that with your teenage kids when they want to, hey, go couch surfing for a while. See how hard it is out there. And once you get that out of your system, now you can come back and we can have a conversation about it. But for the most part, and I think this is what men are doing wrong when it comes to relationships, tell explicitly to that woman, you got it, baby. You got it. Let her crash the car and then go ahead and says, okay, so now that you don't want to drive, just chill. I got you. Because if they don't go through that, I think they will always try to wrestle the power over of you sooner or later. Like they try to hijack the steering wheel. So just giving them up first, and then you get it later on when the stakes are actually higher because now you invested something on the relationship.
Yeah, that makes total sense, bro. All right.
And by the way, let me close this out on my side real quick. Friends, there's 60 people watching. This is an interview with our friend Zagu, okay? The redirect is going to send you to the other side. So please go ahead, come over here. I appreciate you. Later today, we have a debate, okay, at 9 or something like that. So I'm going to be debating on Terror the Raging Tomato, but please come to this side. I appreciate you, Team Fed in the Untouchables, continuing the party on Zagu's side. Signing out. Peace.
Yo, shout out to everybody that did move over. I appreciate y'all, Zyrex. I see you. Music Man, appreciate you. Mark, appreciate you as well. Jay Will, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody, man, for sliding through. If you could assist me, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm I think 18 subscribers away. So if anybody could help me with that, I appreciate y'all. Excellent vision, good looking out.
Why are you hiding from us, Zagu? I didn't even knew that you had a channel before you actually told me that. I was like, well, this man is a content creator.
I made the mistake of always going from my personal account to watch the panels, and so I always commented from there. I joined memberships from there, and so I had the channel though still, but it was just like I always participated from my account, so everybody just knew me. So I was like, oh, you know what?
People know you as a civilian, not as a YouTuber.
And then, well, as a rapper though, I used to do a lot of music stuff and whatever. But that's a past life. That's why I don't really speak about none of that. There'd be people in the chat always saying, "Yo, Zagu got bars. Tell him." But I'm like, nah.
Damn, you think you better than Ali?
We could have a battle, but not. I don't
Damn,
know.
Zagu, you need to be to say yes. I'm the best in this motherfucking side of YouTube because there's a lot of ex rappers.
You didn't get the confidence in that. That's why I say I don't know, but we could have a battle.
Oh,
that's what I said.
When people ask me, "Are you the best?" I'll say, "I'll say I'm the best." I'll like, yes.
I like to always be humble, but always invite the competition, though.
Oh, you try to lure them. I see what you're doing. Try to bait them.
Yeah.
Sensational.
I see what you're trying to do, Zagu. I see you.
But yeah, I was thinking about it. Doing a live every Saturday night late, and then somewhere in the live just drop a verse in there somewhere random. But yeah.
And by the way, you reached the 2K subscribers, by the way. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. Let me hit this.
Congratulations on the 2K subscribers. Salute to you. The best is yet to come. That's what we say now. The best is yet to come. Let's go, Zagu. Let's go.
Appreciate y'all. Really do. I wanted to ask you too, because I seen I was gonna wait to the end, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I seen in this clip, of course, you got Brother Tommy on there, and then I've seen you also have conversations with Angry Man, Obsidian, a lot of legends. How do you orchestrate those conversations as far as like I see in this conversation? That's what I was gonna let it play, but it's a little bit towards the end. where things got a little they got a little testy, right? And so you had to like reel it in, and they wanted you to like police Tommy more than you police them, and you had to just find a balance in that. How do you find, you know, because they're legends, to give them, you know, give them their leeway, but also have to like reel them in? Is that a hard thing to do?
So it's not a hard thing to do, because my first shows in this place was with Angry Man and with Anton. So listen, I'm saying it was not that I worked for it and got like these people were already on the vicinity when I got here, right? So what you have to do is to guarantee that there's a fair fight, meaning if Tommy is the one to throw in the first shot, they have the right to respond and to retaliate. And if he's uncalled for, I think on this video I said I apologize, because Tommy said, like, he probably said something crazy. They said no. Because I remember, like, Tommy is a blessing, man. Like, all my most viewed videos, all that is Tommy there. But Tommy has this thing about Tommy comes in, and he comes in like a wrecking ball, right? And on this show, he's literally like the panel literally starts to drop down. So this is what I do, and I think this is the rule of thumb, either for very successful YouTubers or for people from the street. I always try to stop the fight in the beginning, right? I don't know if you saw a video between Lady Chan and Angry Man of them going crazy at each other.
I did. Right? I almost used that one instead of this one, but it was a little
it's a little bit too much, right? So what I do is I always try to stop fights in the beginning. If Zagu gets to it with Ali, I say, "Hey, fellas, I know you guys are, man. I know it's the bravado and all that, but I'm the host of the show. I will try to fight the fight right about now on this particular moment." One thing that my dad told me is you don't stop fights in the middle. You're going to be punched in the face.
Yeah, you're going to get in it.
So if you don't stop now, I will put you in the middle. I'll let you have it. Just don't come around and complain afterwards when shit get extra messy that I didn't stop this shit. And this is my rule of thumb for everybody. Either be Tommy, either be Angry Man, either be Anton. Like, I will let you go ahead until you pull out of the ring. And if you want to pull out of the ring, I got you. But for the most part, and I think it cost me a lot of highlights, and occasionally cost me a lot of friends, because you putting your foot out on the beginning kind of gets the show still under control a little bit, and people don't go crazy.
Right.
It's not like the Fresh and Fit Frank Castle. I let them just go crazy and do it. But it's the situation I'm comfortable with. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I would feel some type of way if Chan and Angry Man were talking about their families and all that, and I didn't try to stop it. But as soon as I try to stop it and they don't do it, I pull back, I cross my arms, and I let you go at it, because that's what I would like to happen to me if somebody was trying to fight me. And Fatty is not going to say, "Zagu, what are you telling? Stop now." Nah, you guys going to get tired. When you get tired, I'll bring you a glass of water. Are you guys good? But other than that, man, I think it's a disservice to yourself when you actually show your character, when you let people that are so far and beyond our spec step the people that work with you on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Shows exactly who you are. If I got Ali here and he was trying to and just because he's my friend, I'll try to actually either push him or help. I think that shows who you are. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. If this big content creator is wrong and nobody says nothing, it shows who you are. It shows your character. So I'm not comfortable with that. I don't care if he's Andrew Tate. If there's a regular on my show that comes in every day and Andrew Tate try to flex on him or try to punk him, hey, that not today, sir. That man did nothing to you. So relax.
Yeah, I wanted to show the part, but I'm not.
The part where she drops, you can see the woman in the middle dropping. She says bye, like you can see her literally leaving, because she was looking for the bottom center. Yes, she literally leaves. Oh, here he is. Love that. Oh, no, it's more. It's more.
More.
No, you have to go in front. She's still in the panel. Here we go. More. You have to continue. Let's see. Can you stop for a second? Yes. Can you stop there? Can you play that? I think there's the part where she says
the topic?
Who's Lexi? Just I don't know what's happening with your internet.
Keep going like 30 seconds.
Okay. Let me go to Tony. I don't know about that. Being Tommy and Asia, and then we open the panel to everybody, and now you can fight me. After that,
Okay, what's going on? Tell me what's going on, because I had to take a breather.
I don't know who the person
is
talking about. Lexi, you just let Tommy and Asia go. I'll read the super chats, and then we can fight each other for the next hour and leave this place, because this is amazing. And Shazzy, I actually like you. What you're saying is awesome. So thank you for actually being a good
actually
sport.
dislike you so much, but thank you.
No, it's fine, but that's the thing. That's the woman that are easier to fuck, the woman that don't like me. So Lexi, go ahead and be quiet. Let me pass it to Tommy Sotomayor and to Asia, and then you go from there. Go ahead, Missy. Nobody's listening. You are muted. Go ahead, Tommy. You got it.
Okay, what's the question?
There's no question. Wait a second. Go ahead, Tommy. You got it.
Is my mic better or is it worse? Was it?
Now it's perfect.
Okay. Someone asked you if you had any kids. The loaded question they asked, which is no problem. But then turned around and tried to tell you what a man does and how a man is in parenting. So I found that odd because they're not a man. Second off, I'm a single father. And I know I do more than tickle fight and put him to bed. So to even have somebody be able to generalize.
Because you're a single father.
Oh, God.
You have to do more. That's what I'm saying. You have to do more. When you got a wife, you be doing a
Why
lot.
don't you ask me what I meant by single father? Do that. Just like when single mothers say they're single mothers, what do they mean by it? They mean different things. Some of them could mean, oh, I'm just single being a mom. But the dad is there. Y'all so quick to jump in. Just wait. I ain't said shit. So just let me speak. Jesus Christ. This is a person that's going to sit up there, an entrepreneur. That's a new word they done taught niggas. And now every nigga going to be one, but all it is going to sit around and be on the fucking internet. I'm going to be on the internet all day. I've seen everybody.
Just like you, man.
Ma'am, let me tell you what I'm called. This thing called a psychologist. Ma'am.
Ooh.
Huh? Bitch, ma'am. Now let me speak. Please shut the fuck up and let somebody else speak. You've been yelling this shit all damn day. Let somebody else speak.
You had to hit it with the ISO.
Whoa! Like I'm saying, hey, that's the thing. I stopped him because he escalated the situation, right? The name calling was too much. But the answer is when you are literally listening for 20 minutes and you see them disrespect everybody, over talk and all that shit, this is how you talk with the man. Because I would call a man a bitch too if he keep over he's not even over talking, he's under talking you with snide remarks and all that shit. Yeah. I'll call you a bitch too. Hey bitch, shut the fuck up, right? Yeah. So it's I will have to stop him and apologize because that's my show and that's my duty to not let the situation escalate. But the point, to be honest, is did they deserve it? And in my opinion, they kind of did. So if they don't deserve it, like in my opinion, the Lady Chen Angry Man situation, Chen is 100% right on that. If you come here to antagonize a person, the person did nothing to you, you admit that you are wrong, but you still keep going, you deserve whatever you get. I don't care what he talks about. I'm a little bit better to say, hey, no family. We're going to chill with the family and with the kids and all that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was like, ooh.
Yes, but this is something that I learned with Charles Agu when I came to the American side. And people, I used to say always this, nah, it's a fist fight. It's the fist fight. It's the fist fight. And people, y'all told me this. If just because you decided to start a fight doesn't give you the right to choose how to finish one. Yeah. So a person can literally go upside your head if they feel like it, right? I was like, oh, so this is what you mean? Okay. You got it. You got it.
All right, let's see what we're talking about. ISO though, ISO.
One second.
So get him in check because
one second.
We're not gonna do.
No, one second. One second. I'm here. 1 second. I control this. There's two things that we're not going to do: name call and interrupt. So please don't interrupt and please don't name call. As the two things that I'm going to say, it's totally fine. No, Tommy, make your point.
Shazzy, you don't call me a nigga, a bitch. Like what?
I take responsibility for it and I apologize.
No, nigga.
well, listen, I take accountability for it and I apologize for it, ladies. But again, please don't interrupt. I take accountability for it. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Go ahead,
Black
Tom. You
people saying the word nigga is calling them a nigga when I'm speaking of blacks. That's cool. The point behind it is we're sitting here having a conversation, but it's not a conversation. Nobody's saying, let me see where you're coming from. Why do you feel that way? And that is sad because people will talk to people they do not know and will not try to understand where they're coming from. Like the woman who said she was married for 25 years. Why did she get to that place? How did she get there? That would be nice if people spoke to each other that way. When it comes to relationships, when somebody stood in there and said, and this is what's hard to me about watching conversations with women, because they will personalize and then generalize in the same conversation. But if you generalize them, then they'll get mad. Let me explain. You ask the woman, is that okay? Or don't you think that's messed up if a man were to marry a woman and then leave that woman after 25 years and her kids or whatever, she gets her pregnant? He just leaves because he's changed. The woman said to you, yeah, happens all the time. We know when we're having a conversation, if somebody said, is it okay for a man to slap the shit out of a woman he don't know? Nobody would sit up there and say, yeah, happens all the time. If we said, is it okay to rape a child? Nobody would say, yeah, happens all the time. It's a silly thing to do, but in order to not address the question, somebody will say something that they completely don't mean. When you're talking to someone, one of the baseline things you can do is find out what their honesty level is. The honesty level here is really sad because people are just saying things that in one sentence it fits, but it's not consistent in the next sentence, just to make you wrong in that first sentence they said. When it comes to talking about a relationship and these people saying, oh, I'd get me a nanny. Oh, I'd get me a this. The next question has to be, well, what are you doing to have that? When you had said something about a man, the person trying to be a man, the reason you said it was because the person kept saying, men do this, men do this. So he wasn't calling you a man. He was just saying, you're saying what men do. So are you trying to be that? Because you kept saying men do this, men do this. If I kept saying women do this, somebody might say, are you trying to be a woman? Are you competing with them? When you're having a conversation, if y'all were just trying to be honest with each other, hear each other out, ask a question. And if you're talking, if that person says, well, why do you believe that? They're not interrupting, because you can't just keep going on. Like when the man says he was wrong when he said it was 1%. It's actually 8%, but it's still a small percent. But it doesn't mean that someone can't be it. So if y'all could have a conversation like that saying, yes, it's a small percent, but you can't tell me that I can't reach for that goal either. Then maybe y'all can start to find the middle ground. When we're talking about relationships, and I'll leave it here. When Black folks are talking about relationships, we tend to hear it from the woman's point of view all the time. The most inconsistent group. And then when men started talking about it, they started calling men, like what they said, the fatty. Well, you hate women. We never said that women hate men because they talk about what they're looking for and what they need in a relationship. Again.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their faces. Look at them. It's like they, even when they hear logic, it's like
the Shazzy girl, like she's frowning. Like,
right.
And this is what I'm saying is not about the tone. He came in hot and he said what he said, and they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And now he's talking on a calm and collected way, not being mean about it, not being fun about it, and he's still not being well received. And the thing is this is who they actually are on default mode. I know they don't treat men they respect like this, or men that they want something from. If like they don't talk with their boss like this, they don't frown upon when their teacher is telling them something, because this is people either they did something from or they actually respect. So
yeah, you're right, man.
If they don't respect you, Zagu, you can be a Nobel Peace Prize. you are going to say something is going to come from one ear, go back to the other, because women really don't care, man.
Well, they're getting mine when they need something from you.
Yes. And this is why, this is how you actually measure the people that fuck with you is, who are you when you don't need me? Who are you when I'm telling you something that you don't like to hear?
Like
are you a person that, right?
I hear you say when you say no. So yeah, that's a good thing. Like, who are you
when you say no?
Like,
who are you when you say no? Who are you when you get your way? Who are you when somebody corrects you? And like, do you sit there and take correction and try to solve it out, or are you a person that runs for the hills, pouts, disconnects, disengages? This is who they are. So the reality is, once again, don't surround yourself with people that are here for the good times and for the hard times. And as soon as adversity comes, they are the first ones to call it quick, to say I'm busy, to say I can't make it, to say, oh my God, but are you supposed to be like that? No. I have to bend my knee sometimes for you, and you have to bend your knee sometimes for me. If I don't ask you to bend the knee multiple times, right? If I'm not somebody that is a habitual bend the knee type of person, I believe that actually is worth something, right? Because if I'm asking you to bend the knee, it's for a reason. It's not just because I'm feeling like it. It's because that's for a reason. So
that
either
makes it
be
more
friendships,
symbiotic. You know, it makes it more symbiotic. It's like I tell you, if I say use me, but I'm not gonna let you misuse me. And so it should go that way for both of us. Like, you know, we should be able to use each other without even the thought of misuse, you know, and that way everybody benefits.
It is, and you probably had friends like that before, and I had too. I wouldn't hesitate. You had to, if something happened to you, I'll go to war for you immediately. But I have to convince you to go to war for me? Like, what the fuck is that shit?
Yeah.
Right? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. So,
just to give an example, like if I lent you X amount of money, right? I might not have had it, but you didn't know, but I lent it to you. Now you paid it back. Now, years later, I need a certain amount, even though it's less than what I lent you. And I know you have it, which is the only reason why I'm asking, because I didn't want to put you in a bad spot. And you'd be like, nah, bro, I ain't got it like that. And I'm like, bro, I know you got it, man. Just help a nigga out. And they like, oh, don't be counting my pockets, man. Niggas be counting pockets, and then start trying to make a scene amongst everybody else that we hang with. It's like, you know, that type of shit. Yeah, you X'd out. But yeah.
Is that and the why you throwing it in my face? What?
Yeah, man.
Hey, let me actually tell you something about that real quick, right? Oh, damn. Because, like, for example, and this happened to me today, right? I have 500 euros. I'm flexing because I never have money, right? and what happened was, and this is kind of a funny thing, is so when I bought my car, gave my older car to my younger brother, right? It is what it is. And they used the car all that, and they sold the car, right? Few years later. But the car was mine. I give it for free. So I was like, hey, man, where's my cut? Like, yeah. Hey, what's going on? You're like, where's my cut? You sold the car. Where's my cut? And you don't say it on a malicious way, but you have to actually tell people when you do something for them so it can be stick in their brain that this is a two-way street, right? Because if I could sell my car for $7,000, $10,000, and I gave it to you, right? So I lost 7,000 possible dollars because I didn't sold it. And now you are selling your car to another person and you're getting $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for that car. I would expect for you to come to me and say, hey, brother, if you miss thousands of dollars because you want to do right by me, you have to come around and do the same shit. And the thing is, once again, it's not throwing on people's face, it's showing so you can build good habits, right? If you love people, you'll correct people, and that's cool, eh, man? You might not think in that way because, once again, it's a younger adult. Like, you see what I'm saying? We take time to grow. When I was younger, happened a lot of times. Older men, when you used to go to nightclubs, older men that work with me at cars and all that, we used to go there. They used to spend money, and we never give gas money. Never. You see what I'm saying? Oh, he got it. Right. And then it was like, damn. Oh, so this is how he felt, right? So we have these conversations with people that we love, not because we're throwing that to our face, but it's like, if I'm making sacrifice and I'm putting money on your pocket and I'm trying to make sure I have your back and all that, I'm not trying to throw it in your back. I'm just saying you have to do the same, kind of. And you might have to do the same all the time, but on the one time that you actually have something has to happen, the first thought that should come to your head is, hey man, I make a little bit of money. Let me call Zago real quick. Because Zago got me. Right? Ali does that all the time. Ali closes gigantic deals. Motherfucker is the Pope. Giving blessings to everybody, right? And that's how people should be. Is if people bless you when you are not up there, or when you don't got it like that, or they are supporting you out of the kindness of that art, I believe that a lot of times as a line that has to be reciprocal. But what, in my opinion, kills relationships and kill friendships and kill business is when a person feels that they are not getting a thank you.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And when I say thank you, the appreciation is, I might disagree with you, but at least let me appreciate you for trying. Because trying means a lot. You tried. When you stop trying, now we're going to have a problems. I don't care if they came to me with $5. Like if they came to me with $50, I'll be like, hey, thank you.
And that concept is like, you got to treat the person that you like, you got to treat the person you're paying just like if it was an intern. And what I mean by that is, you would tell the intern you appreciate them, thank you, because you know they're not getting paid. But you got to do the same thing to the person that's getting paid. If they, you know what I mean?
But the problem is that the intern one day will be the person that, as like in Portugal we call efetivo, meaning that you can fire that person. If you fire them, you have to pay them like 10 months of salary, something crazy like that.
Oh damn!
And as soon as these people get the motherfucking effective shit, ooh wee, they're talking crazy to the boss. I'm not doing extra. No. And like, oh, so this is who you were all along. When you needed, you were kind of happy-go-lucky. Yes, boss, I'll work more 4 hours. Yes, boss, let me get you a coffee. Yes, boss. And as soon as you are now actually are somebody that if I fire you, I have to pay a giant consequence if I do so. Now you're feeling good. And that's the thing. How can I complain about women in relationships when this seems like is a human mentality? Once they get you, they take you for granted.
Nah, I hate people like that.
I had to drop a dime on them niggas. For sure. I don't like that shit. For sure, bro.
How do you feel like? Because the thing is, I don't feel resentful, and actually, after the blackout shit, that shit it doesn't even bother me. Since like it used to bother me a lot. I was like, how dare you, right? But afterward, like it started to become a pattern, and now the surprise is not there. Everybody's using each other, and as soon as they deem you useless, they go do whatever they need to do, right? How do you handle that? Like, how did you grow up to handle like disappointment or resentment or, hey man, I'm not getting what I think I should be getting from this relationship?
One of the reasons I direct men towards sports is not only the physical competition and building of your physical attributes, it mentally compares you for a lot of parts of life. And so once you can recognize a pattern and the residual effects that you get from such situations, you can actually grow from it. But it doesn't make it easier though, Fatty. I ain't even gonna lie. You kind of develop a callus to certain stuff, and then you kind of have to like look at it and decide on ways to change and make those changes work for you. But now you mean as far as me just opting out totally?
No. For example, the way that I kind of prepare myself for disappointment is I will look at pattern of behavior for months before I pull the trigger. I kind of look at it, I pinpoint it, I do some notes, and I see I'm not going to say nothing. Let's see where this goes. So my expectations now are lower, and I know a lot of hurt is expectations. You're expecting a bunch from people, and now you hurt because the expectations were there, right? So this is how I deal with disappointment. Is remember when I said I'm going to get married at 43 years old, And the worst, like my expectations are bottom level. Just be a good mother. If you can stay with me for 5 years, that will be awesome. But I'm not expecting you to be a good wife because I know that the market, like we're right. So the expectations are low. Is there any way that you can deal with that other than low end expectations?
No, I was gonna say that's how actually I would say most men deal with them, because even without putting it in those words, I was just kind of like what I was trying to say. It's like you evaluate and then you just access shit and you just move differently. You know what I'm saying? But you know what the end result, you know what I'm saying, is kind of gonna be. And so I guess yeah, it's fair to say, fuck it. I just don't give people off rip the amount of leeway that I should sometimes, and sometimes it hampers me in certain situations. But I like to let people prove themselves. You know, like you said, be able to see a track record of behavior. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes I want to extend that for sake of a better word, that fairness. You know what I'm saying?
Courtesy.
Yeah, that courtesy going into the situation. But yeah, it's always going to be guarded. Like I cannot say that I can actually say I will go into a situation and not guard that.
But did that change, or you were always like that?
No, it changed. Yeah, it definitely changed. It changed, like through playing sports, dealing with losses and things like that. You kind of can correlate those to relationships and then just life in general. You know, after like as far as tempering your expectations. Not saying you're not trying to get the chip. You want the chip. You want to reach the chip. But you realize after playing the game for like years, every team don't make it to the chip every year. So that's kind of a way of saying those expectations would be tempered in general, like, you know, and you can just cross that over to people, relationships, business, and everything. But then there are an abundant amount of good people, you know what I'm saying? And so you let those relationships foster, like with you, you've been nothing but upstanding, and just watching your content and just how other people speak about you online, the things, people that you deal with and things like that. Like, so I'm looking at a track record, you understand? And so I just see certain things that I don't really, I see you take accountability. There's a lot of things that, you know, that I feel like I see decent qualities in people.
So my thing is always about perspective. I understand why some people think I'm the villain on their story. I kind of understand. So what I'm saying is, you know, when you're watching you only watch Batman movies, and Batman is the hero, and now Joker comes in, and then you are like, damn, I might not agree with Joker, but I kind of understand where he comes from, right? You understand why he looks at Batman society as the villains. Because you kind of, like, I grew to not demonize the people that look me as the villains in that story. But what happened is that he not jaded me, but I was from the point of view of innocent until proven guilty, right? I can't do that shit anymore. I truly can do it. Like, you come in and I'm like, hey, this is the electronic bracelet. You are free to walk around in the premises, but we need to kind of who you are, like, and get you access to the fridge and get you your key. Before is, hey, here's the key to the house, the keys to the car. You stay in that room. You don't have to pay more. Nothing. No 360 deal. No 50%. No nothing. Now I'm so guarded that I'm like, I'm just literally taking everything you do at face value. You pull up, I'll pull up. You help me, I'll help you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And that's how it's going to go. Because as soon as I go back to the person that I was before, the free, like, this is when people actually are out to get you, because vampires can smell easy leak away. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they can smell it. Like, you know what happens, Agu? Multiple times. I'm not the person with most money here by far. There's so many people with way more money than me. But every time people used to get into trouble, and I'm not talking about my people on my show, because my people is I need to do something, right?
Right.
People would come from the other side of the street and send a message, hey, Ferry, can I get some, can I get a birthday party? Can I get a baby shower? Can you lend me some money for my car? And I was like, damn, bro, I see you over there all the time, every day. Like, you rock, you there, you barely come over, and you know you come in because you are a vampire, and I'm an easy leak. You see the fat on my motherfucking neck. You know I'm willing. You know I call these people blood donors, right? You see, I'm a blood donor. So instead of actually going to get the shit from the people around you, and you kind of deem me as vampires, you come to the side of the street because I'm a blood donor. I'm not a blood donor. I'm not a blood donor anymore, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I totally understand.
You have to earn that shit. I'm not just going to give you shit just because of that's how it's supposed to be. Because this is how you wake up one day and there's a bunch of empires around you and they have no place to go. Because people know that like they actually observe the terrain and they will move accordingly. Like when you're playing chess, everybody running away from the queen. Everybody, I didn't know that, but if you are a pawn, oh shit, let me go
Run
next to
over
the cover
there.
queen. Right?
But no, I
I'm not
appreciate the
playing
email
that.
that you sent. That's why I put that in the email, bro. Like anything that I could do to assist and other things that I want to do that I know that I need assistance with, I'm willing to actually, do what it takes to get the assistance and actually be a team player though,
Yes.
Again, I noticed you said you had some other things to do today as well. So I'm not try to hold you too long, bro. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you too.
The interview, in my opinion, man, it went better than I thought, bro. I was actually nervous a little bit about it, and I appreciate you, bro. You made this a nice, cool, man.
We are conversationalists. Like, there's never a room where we're just going to be staring at each other. Nothing happens. So I just need a little bit of clarity because I had no idea what you wanted to do. So I kind of said, let me go live on my side real quick. And they said, because I didn't know that's what logistic is about. Should I go on my live and send people your way and all that? But Zago, I'll tell you this, man. And this is what we like. Hey, man, show up. We show up over here. That's all, bro.
That's what's up.
Like hey, man. Nobody wants to be the person with the ladder. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to do community posts. Nobody wants to help the next person that like you was me and I was you. And I would love that people that are above me sometimes throw me a rope or something like that.
And I hit the link more often too, bro. I didn't know like if the shows be open panel or
no. On the last 6 months, we just closed everything because we needed to rebrand. Now we're going to close open panels again, like more towards the third hour of the show, so people can get their league back again, because this is kind of a panel show, right? But panel space type of situation. But it's just that, man. Is you pay love with love, and you pay not hate, but you pay. I don't even know how to say, like indifference. You pay indifference with indifference, and that's how it should be. It's very unfair for you to waste your resources into people that will never waste their resources on you. Is it unfair to your people and to the people that support you, to the people that respect you, to the people that come through? And see what I'm saying? It's very disrespectful that you come correct and you talk with me and all that, and I'm giving you these 2 hours or 1 hour, and then I will do exactly the same thing for the person that didn't do nothing like that, right? So I think it's just like I would treat people like you like to be treated. So I would love. And I added, because you were reviewing Tommy Sotomayor and Anton, Angry Man to some degree. These people kind of blessed us with their presence when they didn't have to. So I think I'll do the same, because I go one day you might just, and again, I said you are on the right side of the street, bro, with the reviews thing. And if you blow up, I would love to say, hey, man, I know that dude. I did an interview with him when he got 2,000 subscribers. Right? Congratulations, by the way, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you,
so
appreciate you.
I'm just extending the grace that I wish people extended to my squad. So I appreciate you, Zagu. Once again, congratulations on the 2K. And again, the best yet to come. Don't be a stranger when you get famous, man.
Oh man, we there. We're going to the Laker game.
Woo! Oh, you are in LA?
Yeah, I'm in LA.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Look at hey, you better stop burning that shit, bro. I saw you on the TV with the hombres.
I had the mask on. But yeah, man, appreciate you, man. Everybody, thank you guys for actually tuning in too. I appreciate all the untouchables that actually came over and checked us out. I definitely appreciate you guys. Again, it was a humbling experience. And Fatty, man, I think you're a gentleman and a scholar. You're very knowledgeable. And even though you say you're not a coach, you actually give a lot of things that people can learn from. So I definitely would say you're an edutainer. At least, bro, because you're very entertaining and educating. So I'll give you that, bro. And I appreciate you for actually, again, spending an hour plus with me and sending the people over to watch me and help me reaching my goal of 2,000. I started off this morning. I was getting there because we just did a video. Me and my buddy, we do a podcast together, but we just did a video and it kind of was doing pretty good. But we were stuck right around, 12, 13 away. So I appreciate you guys. You pushed me over the limit. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me, sir. I appreciate you too, and can't wait to see you back again. Appreciate you.
All right, likewise, brother. You have a good day. So again, this has been Why You Bullshitting, powered by Already Canceled Social Club. I'm your host, Zagu Brown. We just had an excellent interview with Fatty from the Untouchable Empire. I want to do things like this once a week and bring on other creators that I think deserve their flowers. They're actually good people, decent people, smart individuals, actually mean well, even though sometimes they may say mean things. You know what I'm saying? I can be tossed in that bucket as well. And like, if you check our shows out, me and my bro, we go hard. You know what I'm saying? We say a lot of shit, strict and direct. A lot of times we disagree, and you'll find some some good banter going back and forth between me and him on our shows. But thanks everybody for checking us out. I appreciate it again. That's Excellent Vision. Good looking out. Hit the like, subscribe, and please share the video and the content if you can. Y'all have a wonderful day. All right, we out.